News 46 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, a student is arrested for bringing a gun to school.
For more information is discovered about an animal case.
And actors are needed for an upcoming performance. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell and Zach Reinert. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, November 16th, 2016. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Zach Reinert for News 46.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office was dispatched yesterday morning to Rosemary Clark Middle School for a student who had brought a firearm to school. Nye County Sheriff's Office was advised at the time of the call that school officials had the firearm secured and the student waiting in the office for the arrival of the officers. Once deputies arrived on scene, it was discovered that a student reported the fellow student having a firearm in a bag to a school staff member, and that school staff member confiscated the bag without any incident from the student. There was no ammunition discovered with the weapon, and there was no reported displays of the firearm in a threatening manner to any students or staff at this time. The juvenile was taken into custody without incident and turned over to the Juvenile Parole and Probation Department.
Trisha Myers in custody following a warrant arrest out of Texas. We caught up with Animal Control Officer Susan Ryhall and Detective Michael Eisenloffel about the exotic animals found at her home on Mans Road.
Approximately the week before November 3rd, Las Vegas City Animal Control issued information to all local agencies to be on the lookout for Trisha Myers related to information that she was in possession of some exotic animals without a proper permit.
That all came about from a citizen complaint in Vegas?
Yes, it's my understanding that a citizen complained in Las Vegas to their animal control agency indicating that they had actually observed or knew that she was in possession of those animals. On November 3rd, she actually contacted the Nye County Sheriff's Office to inquire about information that she needed to obtain such a permit. Nye County Animal Control Officer Ryhall responded to her residence in the 1300 block of Mans here in Pahrump and made contact with her, and she advised her of whatever information she needed to come into compliance with such animals.
Well, I did verify at the time that there was no animals on the property. She did let me look around. The house was empty. The U-Haul, she let me look in. There was no animals there. I advised her of what she needed to do. I asked her what she uses these animals for as it would pertain to her permit or what type of permit she needs. And she did say she was a broker, buys and sells exotic animals.
Is that legal?
That is not legal according to USDA.
You got another citizen complaint through the Nye County Sheriff's Office, right?
Yes, on November 7th, we received information from a citizen here in Pahrump indicating that, again, they observed 3 tigers in the backyard of Trisha Myers' residence. Deputies in Nye County Animal Control responded to the residence after obtaining that information and made contact with her. And during that part of the investigation, they did discover that a 17-year-old child of Miss Myers was indeed taking care of the animal in the backyard.
Does she have another child?
Yes, there was also a 14-year-old child in the residence. We also had information that Trisha Myers had a felony arrest warrant out of Texas unrelated to this particular part of the investigation. So deputies subsequently took her into custody on that warrant, and she's currently incarcerated at the Nye County Detention Center awaiting extradition. It's a warrant related to theft and burglary charges, and it's my understanding that there's an investigation related to a sale of an animal.
I believe it was said to be a Savannah kitten.
It's my understanding that Texas authorities, when they investigated the initial case of the sale of the exotic animal, also began investigating her failure to protect her children with regards to exotic animals that she had in her residence there as well.
What animals did you guys find on the property that day?
Only the 3 tigers and the 8 monkeys. 7 of them are marmosets. They're little small monkeys, and a capuchin monkey.
They don't have permits or clearance for health on these monkeys, right?
It's my understanding that they did not have any current health certificates on the monkeys, which is required by the state of Nevada as well as USDA to transport across state line.
Will that be part of this case?
Among the charges that can be considered by the Nye County District Attorney's Office are charges related to the transportation of such exotic animals, the possession of animals within the county without the special animal condition permits, as well as the child endangerment charges.
And Quilts of Valor were presented to local veterans on Saturday at the Bob Roode Community Center.
I was in the Army and I served in Desert Storm in 1991. I was stationed out of Fort Sam Houston, San Antonio, Texas. And I was sent to Germany. I was a lab technician in the Army. So I got to work in Heidelberg in one of the hospitals there.
And how do you feel? I mean, your quilt is obviously beautiful. How do you feel about receiving it?
I feel so honored. I love Snoopy, and I'm honored, truly honored that someone, is recognizing me for this day. It's a blessing. I really, really love this.
Today we awarded 31 veterans in Pahrump a Quilt of Valor at the Roode Community Center.
And now with the 31 quilts you gave out today, how many total have you guys given out so far?
By the end of the year, we will have awarded 90 quilts to the veterans in Nye County. We awarded 2 in Amagosa, 1 in Tonopah. We awarded 16 World War II veterans a quilt, 14 Korean War, 31 Vietnam veterans, 2 Iraq, 1 Desert Storm, and 26 other veterans. 34 of those were Air Force, 35 Army, and 4 Marines and 1 Coast Guard.
So with all those quilts, how much time does it take to make even one quilt?
Well, we work as a team, and some of the ladies will make the blocks, and then some ladies will put them together. And then we have another group that quilts the quilt, and another group that does the binding. So it could take anywhere from hours to days.
How many members do you have on your team now?
We have about 20 members that are active making the quilts that we awarded today.
Are you guys looking for any new members?
Absolutely. If anybody loves quilting or wants to learn to quilt, we are more than happy to teach you. We meet on the second Wednesday of the month here at the Roode Center.
Do you guys take any donations as far as fabric or even money?
We love fabric donations, 100% cotton, and it doesn't have to be patriotic. It could be any kind of fabric, and it will go into a quilt. They will make sure that it is made into a quilt. We do accept monetary donations to buy the fabric. You can just contact me at 775-537-6477 or on my email, which is soldier.girl.7497@gmail.com.
All right, we'll have your Desert View Hospital health tip and a busy day for accidents here in Pahrump. More on that when we return.